According to God, you will be aware of the impending rain when you hear the sound that I make. Some argue that there was thunder. Certain people may become distracted by the cosmic hubbub that surrounds all of my deeds. However, if you focus your attention on my deepest being, you will feel the resonance of my essence. You can hear my audio in the media. You can detect the resonance of my auditory presence in the casual conversation of others in your vicinity, whether in a professional setting or a restaurant. According to my voice, the Father will always arrive before my reign. Some people are calling for drought and the denial of my benefits on the planet. They believe that is my verdict on the irreligious. Did the cross teach them everything? If I had taken joy in the annihilation of the morally corrupt, I would not have chosen to sacrifice my Son. The image of my Son's suffering on the cross represents my direct response to the most terrible offenders. Allow yourself to be completely absorbed in my love today, says the Father. When you are insulted and angry at the actions of others, pay carefully to the delicate sound of my voice. Is it audible in a repeating fashion? Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. If you forgive, release, and bless even those who do not fulfill my objectives in your life, I will reciprocate by forgiving, releasing, and blessing you in unexpected ways that you have ardently desired from me. The Father claims that He is aware of your understanding of this. That is why you hear the sound I generate. I anticipate that it will rain sooner than expected thanks to the obedience I believe you will show today. God says that when you hear the sound, you will know that my rain is coming. Some argue that there was thunder. Some people may become distracted by the cosmic clamor that surrounds all of my activities. However, if you devote your attention to my heart, you will notice my loud vibrations. You can hear my audio output through a variety of mass communication channels. My voice can be heard in the ambient chatter of your coworkers or the background conversations in a restaurant. According to my voice, the Father will always arrive before my reign. Some people advocate for drought and reject my gifts on the land. They believe that is my verdict on the irreligious. Did the cross teach them everything? If I had taken joy in the annihilation of the morally corrupt, I would not have chosen to sacrifice my Son. The image of my Son's suffering on the cross is my direct response to the most terrible offenders. Allow yourself to be completely absorbed in my love today, says the Father. When you are insulted and angry at the actions of others, pay carefully to the delicate sound of my voice. Is the sound heard in a repetitive manner? Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. By forgiving, letting go, and blessing even those who do not agree with my plans for your life, I will reciprocate by bestowing forgiveness, liberation, and abundant blessings in ways you have ardently yearned for. The Father says He is aware of your awareness of this information. That is the reason you hear the sound I make. I foresee that rain will arrive earlier than planned due to the obedience I believe you will show today. God declares that He will actively intervene in your life. I will demolish the altars of the idols who have demanded your devotion, and evict the foe who has intruded on your territory. As a result, I inform you that there is no need for you to continue your inquiries into that topic. You have requested, implored, begged, pleaded, and persuaded. Prepare to experience the angelic response to your passionate request. The Father confirms that He heard your scream. I have acknowledged your request, and I intend to exhibit my magnificence in your life to such a degree that the obscurity and perplexity will be eliminated by the brilliance of my arrival. The Father announces His upcoming arrival. I'm infiltrating the earth, namely your current conditions. I am writing to inform you that I will be arriving to demonstrate my strength, magnificence, and essence. The divine embodiment of my magnificence has intervened in your situation and declared, "Sufficient." In my pronouncement, the Father declares, "No more." Are you able to perceive it? Do you feel the presence of my hand as it descends onto your life? Prepare yourselves, says the Father. Prepare yourself for the enormous delight that will replace grief, giving a revitalized sense of hope that will exceed your expectations. God announces that He is setting you free from unspoken disappointments. You've faced disappointments and destroyed dreams, and I've absorbed every unshed tear. I endured being disliked, rejected, and seen as cursed by heaven, but I silently bore this load out of love for you. The Father claims to have experienced the scars so that you can face life with an unblemished heart. Today, the Father delivers the healing message to you. I'm no longer repressing the anguish and frustration that comes from unmet expectations. Finally rid of the inner darkness of sorrow and sadness. The Father claims that He is the Divine One who gives you enjoyment, freedom, and peace. Enjoy the thrill I am currently offering you. Rejoice in the peace I offer, and please transmit it to others. If you allow me to lead you throughout this time, I assure you that you will attain heaven and will never have to go through this scenario again. Don't expect everyone to always accept and approve of you. Allow me to flood every area of your heart with my love for you. Take joy in the accomplishments of others, particularly those who regard themselves as your adversaries. Provide generous aid, even to someone who may intend to harm you if given the opportunity. I act as your guardian and provider. What actions may a person take against you? Which celestial deity, demonic entity, or ordinary human can take you out of the depths of my loving embrace? The Father urges them to relax and inhale deeply. Inhale the peace I offer and exhale the joy I supply, all while accepting the forgiveness and purification I offer you today. Acquire knowledge and happily share it with others, even those who have failed to love you with the same affection that I have. God highlights today the importance of understanding the essence of what I have accomplished for you, rather than relying solely on the superficial features. I did not die on the cross so that you may learn about me. My goal is for you to personally experience and realize the goodness I possess. I want you to understand and be more aware than anyone in the Old Testament of the whole scope of my active engagement in your life. He achievements and exploits portrayed in the Old Testament pale in comparison to the incredible events and experiences that I have already written into your life and final fate. When reviewing the accomplishments of individuals who suppressed violence, defeated giants, and defended justice under the Old Covenant, it is critical to remember that they pale in comparison to what I am prepared and willing to accomplish under the New Covenant. If the saints of the Old Covenant were able to accomplish such wonders through the symbolic act of sprinkling animal blood, think how much more you can accomplish by sprinkling the precious blood of the Son. Today, God confirms that you are among those whom the Father has given to me. You belonged to me before the creation of the cosmos. You are not the offspring of doom. You will remain in line with my goals, and no human or supernatural creature will be able to forcefully remove you from my control. When you trust and rest in the Father, He assures you that He is your protector and guardian. The enemy will launch occasional strikes, but I will remain the unchanging and solitary constant in your existence. The Father assures you that you should not be afraid. Do not be alarmed by the destructive deeds of the world of darkness, which appear to engulf others. It won't approach you. My name represents a powerful castle in which you might seek refuge and safety. My gates are indestructible, and my defenses are impenetrable. I will shield you until the storm passes. According to God, when you surrendered your heart to me, I cleanse the area of your heart where I show mercy. The Father confirms that the blood of the cross was applied not just to your benefit, but also within you. The prior agreement was defined by division, whereas the new agreement promotes reconciliation and joins you with my Spirit. Today, I'll help you overcome your feelings of alienation from me. Engage in a meaningful relationship and realize my true identity as an eternal, self-existent being. The blood of animal sacrifices maintains the illusion, whereas the blood of the Son brings reality. I urge you to consume abundantly from my essence, and realize the full extent of the advantages bestowed upon you by the cross. The Father affirms that He will not withhold any information from you. With the death of my Son, I have permanently granted you access to the heavenly shops. The Father says that the yoke easy, burden light season has begun. Will you trust the information offered by the scenario or the pledges I have made? Approach me closer. The barrier of separation has been removed. Bow down before the mercy seat that I have placed inside you. Experience purification and allow me to bring you closer to me in a deeper connection. The Father says He will cleanse you. I will purify, pardon, and bestow my entire being on you. God highlights the need of understanding the strength of humility today. Genuine humility is not the same as self-criticism or abasement. I went to the cross, bearing the weight of humanity's shame, mockery, and ridicule in order to free you from it, and offer you emancipation into a state of God consciousness. Genuine humility means admitting the statements I made about your character. Genuine humility is adopting my perspective and entering each day with a profound knowledge of God's presence, which I have bestowed on you. Humility is the one spiritual weapon that cannot be imitated or replicated. Humility is an extremely powerful strategy that may easily defeat any opponent and remove any restrictions. The Father has instructed you to humble yourself and worship today. Raise your hands without wrath or uncertainty, knowing that I have given you my intellect to overcome all of the adversary's attacks. Rest in me and watch the enemy be vanquished on your behalf. Focus your attention on God today and direct your thoughts to kingdom activity rather than enemy threats. Satan has the traits of a petulant and rowdy youngster. He craves attention. He understands that one's location is defined by the focus of their attention. His frightening remarks are a remarkable display of theatrics. This is one of his most effective strategies. Today, make a determined decision to direct your thoughts and emotions toward me, regardless of the situation or the opinions of others. Peter could walk on water as long as he focused on me, overcoming the forces of wind and waves. Have you rectified the issue yet? If you find yourself sinking, it indicates that you have lost focus. Redirect your attention and focus on my identity and the acts I'm taking. Today, God confirms that He amplifies Himself by approving heartfelt prayers. I have given every one of my promises an inherent affirmation. Your persistent dedication to me and love for others elicits my full consent and approval. Be prepared for me to agree, even with your most bitter opponent. If you admit that I love them as much as I love you, I will remove my blessings from them. Adopt the attitude of forgive, bless, release towards such people. By doing so, you will liberate yourself from their agony and ask my grace to intervene in the fight, offering you support and safety. The Father believes that love is not defined solely by one's acts. Love defines my essence. Embrace love as your genuine essence and discover peace. You will sleep well even during stressful times because you know that failure is not an option when love is present online. God declares His unwavering presence in your life today. Phenomena change, people change, and my wish for the course of your life alters accordingly. Regardless of the circumstances, I always alter my zone of compassion to embrace and protect you. The Father advises against expecting to have all the answers. I will only offer you with knowledge when absolutely essential, as I believe you should make judgments based on intuition rather than rational reasoning. The Father claims that there is no need to learn complex ways or deep insight. Your role is not to be a vehicle for anything other than the enigma of my identity within you. Upon reflection, one will notice my presence gazing back with a profound scrutiny fueled by my devotion and fervor. The Father declares that He never takes His full concentration away from you at any time. Today, focus your emotions on me rather than any other momentary connection or false sense of security. The composition of your life is changing. The props are being disassembled, and the stage is being reconfigured. Do not be scared. I am still directing and orchestrating the events of your life. As long as you believe in me, any scenario will end in triumph and favor. God advises you to build a strong foundation on His love. My love is more than just an action I take. It is an essential component of my identity. When you succumb to the authority of my love in your heart, you will feel the stabilizing impact of my personality. The Father has said that an approaching tremor will put people's courage to the test, including your own. Your love is a haven for me. My compassion is all-encompassing, protecting and sheltering you. When under duress, people tend to apportion blame. Some people may accuse you and insist that you make decisions that benefit their interests and make them feel more at ease. Indeed, there is a lot of strain on the earth, from the political landscape to the area around your front door. The Father commands you to be steadfast and unwavering. Take refuge in the vast love that exists just within my heart. Seek solace in me until the storm has passed. Struggles always have a certain outcome. Conflict and strife will evaporate since they do not stem from my natural power. Simply keep a calm and unshakable belief that I have complete control over the issue. There is no need to justify or engage in a verbal conflict. I am your guardian, and I will shield and protect you throughout the day, declares the Father. According to God, you believe you are exhausted and that defeat is unavoidable. I affirm that your dream and vision are still realistic and alive. The Father informs you that you must trust Him to guide you through the following days and weeks. The adversary's objection to your existence will lessen as I reveal myself as your Savior, Liberator, and Companion. The Father reassures. Do not be afraid. Do not be concerned about the future or your expectations of what it may bring. You lack complete information, whereas I have all important details. The adversary's influence is a fruitless intimidation, and you will overcome the current hurdles while maintaining focus on my realm's aims. Find consolation in me. Rest certain that my intervention will be productive and beneficial on your side. The divine message for today is to enhance your conduct. The Father declares that useless associations taint the ethical norms of His kingdom in your life. You've found that the people you initially thought were spiritual children are actually religious pygmies. Do you know the distinction between a religious pygmy and a spiritual child? Religious pygmies consistently refuse to mature and accept responsibility for their spiritual journey with God. I am writing to request that you end your relationship with these individuals who are hostile to authority inside the kingdom. They have desecrated the base of your ideas and objectives for a lengthy period of time. Express affection for them, talk well of them, and pray for them, but do not associate with them as if they were equals. The Father encourages you to pursue loftier goals. You are currently undergoing a significant period. You encountered a barrier that you were unable to recognize or specify. Observe your surroundings. Examine the essence of what you have been walking on. Whenever you try to ascend and conquer the mountain, a religious pygmy always appears to suggest, based on their alleged expertise, that it is better to remain motionless and make no progress. I did not call you to make you feel weak or insignificant, nor did I expect you to just obey commands without thinking. I have prepared you for the struggle and permitted you to engage in warfare. Arise, as the Father commands, and take ownership of your land. According to God's message today, you will have the opportunity to reflect on and resolve previous instances of unsuccessful harvests in your life. You have previously attempted unsuccessful efforts and goals, but you have since moved on to pursue other undertakings. You opted to move on since you were unsure what else to do and the promise you believed I made was not being kept. While there may be cases of poor harvests, it is crucial to remember that no harvests are wholly ignored or missed. I keep detailed records of every promise I have ever made to you. The Father declares that He will reconcile your accounts. I have documented every time in which He truly believed in the cross's usefulness and expected the mountain to be eliminated. I shall keep the pledges that were made. When the scenery of your life begins to bring back memories of prior loss and disappointment, do not retreat or avert your gaze. Avoid believing inside yourself that, "I tried that and it failed." The Father declares that He is reconciling the accounts. I am bridging the gap between your views and the promises I have made. You will see the manifestation of your intended goal. The Father begs your aid in this matter, and if you do, you will be rewarded with a treasure. God encourages you not to be overcome by negativity today. When you encounter negative ideas or pessimistic people who disrupt your day, take proactive steps to remedy the situation. The phrase I offer is an astringent that can cleanse your ideas and emotions, reducing the weight that accumulates within you. Resist bad influences and keep them from establishing themselves within you. The world promotes a negative form of pragmatic elitism, portraying pessimistic viewpoints as if they were fashionable and desirable, as if everyone should have one. You questioned about the prerequisites for changing the present condition. It is much simpler than you might think. Consider pure things, things that are just, things that have virtue, and things that deserve praise. The Father advises you to do so, and as you do, you will gradually improve the overall quality of your life to align with the attributes of my kingdom, righteousness, joy, and peace. The Father states that a person's true nature is shaped by their thoughts. The Spirit that now governs your state of mind today has the power to determine both your near future and your ultimate destiny. Focus your thoughts and emotions on me and make a firm decision to cling to my promises, dismissing any negative thoughts. Today, God declares that you will have the chance to choose the kingdom over your desires. Decide today to become the companion who remains more loyal than a sibling. Perform this task without any conditions or obligations. Embrace your companion with the unwavering love that I have demonstrated toward you. I do not assess your deservingness before addressing your requirements. Instead, I direct my gaze towards the cross. The cross is the only prerequisite I establish for. By removing the mental barriers that separate the many aspects of your existence, and taking on a truthful perception of yourself from my point of view, you will discover the humility to wholeheartedly offer my love to people whom you might otherwise refrain from. The extent to which you bestow my love on others is a direct indicator of your level of experiencing my love. I will replicate the actions you take to benefit others and apply them to benefit. God encourages you to be courageous today, saying, "Take heart, for I am always by your side, and I will never abandon you." Amidst the stress and obstacles you are facing, be aware that I have intervened. The extraordinary event that you require has been planned for you before you were born. When you were conceived in your mother's womb, I meticulously planned and organized every detail of your future life, and I never saw the need for you to go through heartache, failure, or disaster. I do not have the characteristics of a deity associated with destruction, nor do I value the experience of pain and hardship. Place your trust in me, and accept my bravery as a substitute for fear and hesitancy. The Father assures you that you will not be disappointed. Pay attention to my vocalization, pledge your unwavering dedication to my statement, Acknowledge that my heart comprehends your heart. Be aware that I am by your side. Be aware that I am now working on your situation. Have faith in me. Seek me among the turmoil. Hold on to my hand and relax, as I will provide the necessary aid promptly. The Father affirms that He has bestowed upon you the capacity for creativity, allowing you to mold, alter, and improve your own life. God created the universe through the power of His spoken words. I spoke clearly and coherently, expressing my intentions and desires by releasing words into the void. I created all of creation to respond to the proclamation. Let there be. The settings, situations, and circumstances that comprise your life experience will reply to the voice that speaks words from my heart, just as they did in the beginning. Utter my words over your existence today, among the gulf of ambiguity and paucity, and watch your destiny transform as you accept the influence of my life and power, by responding to the emptiness and mimicking my acts from the beginning. The time that the adversary has taken away from you will be returned, according to divine proclamation. I am acknowledging all the mischances and unsuccessful endeavors that you have undertaken in your previous experiences, without witnessing the outcomes that I had assured. Failure can be attributed to various factors. You possess knowledge of some factors that contributed to the failure of previous endeavors. Put that thought aside. Avoid self-incrimination or assassination. Today, I'd like to inform you that previously unsuccessful projects in your past are being reconsidered and reevaluated. I have the divine authority to grant individuals a renewed opportunity after a previous failure or mistake. Are you ready? Set aside any doubts and follow the path that I'm currently enlightening within your inner being. You'll be very pleased.